Field stripping. Recoil mechanism. Carry out safety precautions. Pull the upper retaining pin to the left and pivot the butt down under control. Holding the LMG, push forward and upward on the return spring rod assembly to free it from the receiver grooves. Withdraw the return spring rod assembly from the LMG and separate the return spring from the rod. Open the feed cover and pull the cocking handle to the rear with a sharp tug. Slide the moving parts out of the LMG. Push the cocking handle fully forward. Rotate the bolt to disengage the lug and separate it from the bolt carrier. When the bolt is removed, the firing pin spring remains on the firing pin. Separate the bolt carrier from the piston by pressing the retaining pin to the left. The barrel. Pull the barrel locking lever backward with the left hand. Grasp the carrying handle with the right hand and lift the barrel forward out of the receiver. Gas regulator. Position the gas regulator between normal and adverse. Place the tip of the return spring rod in the notch in the top of the gas block and return the regulator beyond the normal setting under control until the gas regulator lever can be removed from the gas block. Withdraw the gas plug from the gas block. Handguard. Push the retaining pin to the left using the return spring rod and pull the handguard to the rear and down. Field assembling. To reassemble, reverse this order. Before assembling the barrel, ensure that there is no obstruction in it.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's it?
Do the same thing again.
Like
Man, that
started
food
over. Can you imagine?
Well, I guess we're starting the show a minute early.
Yeah, well, whatever. We have a few guys listening already.
Yeah.
Can you imagine carrying that thing like through the hills of Bosnia and stuff with like a whole bunch of ammo? Like that would be that would suck so hard. I couldn't imagine. Anyway,
Yeah.
so what's going on?
How are you guys doing?
Good.
I'm good. Apparently I can't talk and type at the same time today. I pride myself on being a multitasker, but not right now.
It's all good.
Todd's really impressed that you played that for him.
Oh yeah, here's a C9 gunner. That's crazy.
Now it's unclear whether he's calling us fucking clowns or the guy in the video.
Those drills are horrible. Yeah, exactly.
He must be talking about the guy in the video.
Yeah.
Nobody would call us fucking clowns.
Probably not. No.
Anyway, on that note, welcome to the First Folk Complaint podcast, episode number 55. Strap in. You're about to embark on a magical journey. I don't know where Kurt got that from. That's what Kurt said. I got that in the intro. I got to rant about.
I feel like singing that Magic Carpet Ride song from Aladdin. I don't know why.
It's funny.
Well, let's bring it down. I got a note from Jerry Michalak here.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jerry Michalak, and you're listening to the First Focal Plane podcast with Sean, Kris, and Rooster. Get some.
I would like all of our listeners to know that we are actually close personal friends with Jerry. We call him Jer.
Jer.
Yeah.
Jer. Hey, Jer.
And we were just sitting around in his studio one day a couple of weeks ago, and we were like, "Hey, Jer, would you whip us up a quick intro?" And he was like, "For you guys, anything. Let's get some." And then he just recorded that off the cuff because we're such close friends. We definitely did not pay him to do that intro for us.
What are you doing right now, Kris? Jer Bear.
I'm just letting everybody know that Jer Bear really likes us, and he did that out of the goodness of his heart.
Oh, I'm dying laughing. This is hilarious.
Well,
That's a great intro, though.
it is a great intro. He's an amazing human being.
Great shooter too, I hear.
Yeah, even if he did, yeah,
I hear. Yeah. There's hardly any evidence to support.
If I find some, I'll let you guys know.
Okay, sounds good.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pay Jerry Michalak to record another video saying these guys are my close personal friends, and I did their intro because I love them.
Get another one.
That might come at a premium, though.
Yeah, probably. Because we'll basically be paying him to compromise his morals.
Precisely.
Again.
And as we all know from being such good friends with him, he doesn't like compromising his morals.
Oh my God. We're digging a hole right now that we're gonna have to go give him some money now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, if Spudman thinks that we have more primers than he does, no. I guarantee you he's got a special hookup for whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Him and his daughter and his wife. Anyway.
Yeah, literally everybody and probably his dog too.
There you go.
Not enough primers to buy a Slurpee.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, Jens is the one that calls me on the lie, right?
Yeah.
Like, you sound too much like the East German government. You're lying.
All right.
Should we actually do a show?
Yeah, Kurt, why don't you pay some bills and talk to people about EM Precision Rifles?
All right. Well, as Canada's premier precision builder of lightweight hunting rifle starter packages and ELR rigs, EM Precision has the right stuff to get you out into the field, onto the range, and into the winner's circle. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, and their website at emprifles.ca. And don't forget about Curtis Custom Actions. EMP Rifles is the exclusive Canadian distributor for those. Check them out. Sean's coughing.
Yep. I was coughing. Sorry. Did that not mute?
No, it did.
Oh, there you go.
Just a very obvious move.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It wasn't obvious to all of our audio listeners until Kurt mentioned it, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a pleaser. I'm a service guy.
That's right.
Well, and if you want to continue that uplifting attitude, Kurt, you can always drink some bolt action coffee.
Was I good?
My segues are on point tonight, eh?
Every night. You're the segue king.
Sean Segway Heineman. Yeah, anyway.
Yep.
Well, getting to the precision specialty
Not the kind
coffee.
you ride, not the little motorized scooter thing.
Well, whatever
Although,
floats your boat.
We should get you one and make a video of you falling on your ass on it.
Hey, I took a tour around Nashville in 2015 on one. It was
Did
fun.
you really?
Yeah, it was fun. Those things rip.
What a cool and uninteresting story.
I know, on a gun podcast. Exactly. I was there for the NRA annual meetings, though. So that's
that is cool.
related. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But anyway, get into this precision specialty coffee game with Bolt Action Coffee, hand-loaded weekly to ensure quality of consistent flavor and freshness. Their coffee is roasted and packaged Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and all orders shipped on Thursdays. And we've talked at volume about this process, but it ensures that supply order volumes match customer order volume and prevents aging on the shelf. So if you want fresh coffee, use code FIRSTFocalPlane for 10% off your order, because who wants to pay taxes nowadays? You can choose between Scopes Up, Overwatch, Suppressed, and Midnight Canoe Trip. They also have Yeti to-go mugs, regular mugs, stickers, flags, and shirts. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, and their website at boltactioncoffee.com. Use code FIRSTFocalPlane for 10% off, because you directly support the show when you do so.
Whatever you do, don't use the discount code that those other guys tell you to use, right, Kelly? use First Focal Plane.
That's right.
Yeah. Unless you want to use the other one, because I don't want to start any fights.
You do you, boo-boo. I don't care. You support it doesn't matter if you support SFR or if you
the important thing is that you're buying Bolt Action Coffee.
That's right.
And you're flying high and shooting straight.
That's right.
Yeah. Am I supposed to do the next one? Should I just shut up and do that?
Nobody has been following the show notes tonight, so why would we start now?
I'm gonna be honest. This is episode 55, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. The last show notes that are in our shared show notes folder is episode 54.
Oh, Kurt didn't move it to the show notes folder then.
Oh, I should have known
that by now. Just go where I have it.
Yeah,
Just
but I only
say.
have access to the folder. I don't have access to the whole thing.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want access to the whole thing. My Google Drive is too big.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay.
There. I just
Oh, did you
put
share
it
it?
on the show notes. Yeah, I just put it in.
Oh, well, I'll actually bring up the proper show notes then.
Oh.
And now I can see. Oh, wow. Look at this, guys.
You should be able to do this off of heart.
Well, I should be able to, but I'm not a very smart man. So the important thing, though, is that
you're
our show is
good-looking.
brought to you. Well, I'm good looking. And you know who else is good looking? There's your segue.
Hey.
Call sign 66. What a bunch of handsome dudes. Call sign 66 is a veterans-based organization founded to facilitate multi-generational passage of information, ballistic applications R&D, and shooter development. The omnidirectional passage of information is key to the community's success and growth, as our organizational philosophy is such that we all have something to offer. Welcome to the Brotherhood. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, and on their website at callsign66.ca. I was going to improvise a bunch of that, but then I remember they said that you were upset that we weren't following the show notes, and we spent such time getting me access to them that I just did it right.
Kurt did the show notes tonight.
Yes.
And beautiful show notes they are.
There. The format is perfect. The font is on point.
And when you wrote Magical Journey, I like that you put like 16 A's in there.
He's like a ghost.
You're supposed to drag that out.
This is everybody's peek behind the magic curtain.
There's a curtain.
God.
It's a figurative curtain.
We've lost by now.
Yeah. Oh, anyway. Should we? Let's do another one. Let's do Odell.
Okay, let's
Kurt,
do it.
Kurt, go for it.
All right. The geniuses behind the Canuck line of firearms, Odell Engineering is your premium importer and distributor of some of Canada's top brands of firearms, including Bergara, Rock Island Armory, Mission First Tactical, Hyperfire, and of course the Made for Canada Canuck firearms. Rely on Odell Engineering's expertise in the Canadian market to provide you the best quality in firearms and firearm accessories. Find their products and a dealer carrying said products at www.odellengineeringlimited.com. Find them on Facebook at Odell Engineering Limited, or walk into your local gun store and tell them Phil sent you.
Hell yeah.
And if they don't know who Phil is, they probably don't carry Canuck firearms anyway.
That's right.
Speaking of Canuck firearms, we're supposed to be giving that thing away tonight, are we not?
We are going to give that thing away tonight. Sean,
Did you not do it? You prick.
you know what I was supposed to do?
I even called you earlier on in the week. Kris, I have one job for you.
You did. You gave me one job, and it was one too many jobs.
Maybe we're not giving you the thing.
Oh, look at all these entries that I missed.
Oh, no. Well, add them quick.
Oh,
Hey, can you guys talk for a couple minutes?
Well, yeah, if it's one thing I can do is talk. So so I had the bread idea. So I'm a fan. Actually, I did not have this bread idea. I completely ripped it off from a YouTuber I was watching. Have you guys heard of Ron Spomer Outdoors on YouTube?
No.
Yeah, so I've been feverishly watching his videos. He's mainly a hunter. Well, that's what he is. He's traveled the world hunting everything, and he's just a wealth of knowledge. And he's got a great hat. His Tilly hat is awesome. I love that thing. But
Tilly hats are awesome in general, though.
Well, yeah, that's right. Connor has one, and I don't even have one. Anyway, so, but he recently just did a video about top 5 cartridges, and just in general. So, if you can only have 5 for small game, medium game, varmints, coyotes, and then one for taking down a deer, or one for deer or antelope, or large game but on the smaller side, and then one for moose, elk, and then elephants. Essentially, like which ones would what are your top 5 must-haves, right? You can only have 5, right? So I called you guys and I got you to put your idea together, and shout out to Ron Spomer Outdoors for the idea, but I figured we'd do one ourselves, and we each have our own list and then go over why we put the cartridge we did on the list. So why don't we start with our first one, small game / plinking, right? Kurt, what do you think? What do you got for number 1?
Well, for my entire list, I stayed pretty close to home. I listed either cartridges that I have still or have had in the past. Actually, I still have all of these. What am I talking about? Except for my honorable mentions. So you know what? There's so bloody many to choose from. Whether you have them or not, there's so many choices out there, and I could probably think of better for small game than my first listing, but I listed my 223 Ackley.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because for one, a lot of guys are going to say, and I'm sure it's on your mind already. Why not a 22 long rifle, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What kind of small game are we talking about, though? And me, I'm not a great fan of rimfire. It has its place. It's fun and all that kind of stuff, but I need some throttle, generally speaking.
Okay.
I would
get
say
bored with that pedestrian stuff.
Yeah. So the 223 Ackley, the reason I like it so much, especially over the standard 223 or any of the other smaller offerings, like say a 204 or a 221 Fireball or something like that, is almost first and foremost is the absence of trimming. I hate case prep, and with that 40-degree shoulder, it stabilizes that brass flow so bloody much it's not even funny. So I might trim every 6 or 8 rounds or 8 firings, sort of thing. So no, there's that. I can do everything that you can do with a standard 223 with more velocity. I'm not going to say how much more, and everybody's got their opinions. There's so many guys that say, oh, you get at least 100 feet per second more out of an Ackley, that 223 Ackley than you do with a standard. Well, that's pretty subjective. I run 75 grain Hornady Bowtail hollow points all the way out to 1,050 yards at my range there. And my girlfriend Nancy does that, so it's pretty damn reliable that way. They're easy to form. I've heard it and read it lots that it's an Ackley. You got to fire form it, and what a pain in the ass. Well, horse shit. It's not a pain in the ass. You stick a cartridge in, you pull the trigger, and it's formed, and easy to size.
But you still got to form it, though.
Yeah, it's tough. It's really tough and quite
No,
inconvenient.
it's I wouldn't say tough. It's just adding another step that you don't necessarily have to do.
Well, you know what? No, you're not really. Like if you really wanted to, the way the Acklys were designed was that it's head spaced so that when you load a standard cartridge in there, no matter what Ackley chamber you have, you take the parent cartridge, like even if it's a, say let's say a 280 Ackley, you run a 280 standard round in there, you pull the trigger, it goes bang, and now you've got a formed case. It's just that easy. You don't have.
I'm not saying it's not
factories.
easy to fire form, but if for my small game cartridge, if I don't have to fire form or do any brass prep,
yeah, but you shoot at whatever small game you're hunting with standard ammunition. By the end of it, you've got an Ackley cartridge. Like there's no difference. You just have a different chamber.
Very true.
Yeah.
Easy. Can we pause just for a second?
Sure.
We somehow we pissed off Beaverhead Billy.
Yeah, I saw it.
He's so angry with us.
What? Where?
Look at the top.
He put an angry face. He's angry. I think he really wanted your beard to be made of snuff juice, and when you told him that it wasn't, you pissed him off.
It's impervious.
And Tint is probably pissed at you because you didn't say 303. But I don't know why you'd say that for small game anyway.
Tint knows that I'm not going to say 303. Just we've had this conversation, Tint and I.
Well, I figured probably likely, yeah.
If this was like 30, 40 years ago, 303 for sure, because
for sure
I could buy a 303 Enfield, Sporter Enfield, out of the barrel at Sears for $15.
I'll say 30 something for Tint later, but it probably won't end in another 3.
There you go.
Facebook sucks, Billy says. He's not actually angry. It's just the Facebook sucks.
Oh.
He says that. Yeah. Well, Kris, what's your small game cartridge?
I picked the 22, and I don't know why, but I approached this entire list from an apocalyptic standpoint. So I probably picked the most boring of all of the cartridges in all of the categories, but I picked 22 because I shoot it a lot, which means I have a lot, and I have different brands which are capable of different things and different types. I've just got so much of it, and it's inexpensive, and
you're always going to be able to find it.
I'm always going to be able to find it. I'll find it on dead bodies during the apocalypse. I'll find it wherever. Yeah. So I kind of went with that. I know that's not exciting and nobody wants to hear that shit. And maybe I'll just come up with stuff off the top of my head. I'll say 33XC next or something. I don't know.
Well, go for hunting with a 223 Ackley. That would be fun.
There you go.
Seeing those things fucking vaporize.
Or like Oscar, go.
Yeah, 375
375 H&H. Yeah.
He commented. He says, "I'm out in the boonies, standing on a hill, and so in 30 seconds I can watch 375 H&H. Better be on your list." Oh, but no, I went with 22 as well, just due to the versatility and availability of it, and you can always find a 22 on the shelf. Or in my shelf. So,
yeah.
Anyway,
it's just an easy one, right? Now, yeah. If we're going to talk about 22 long rifle, fine, but what brand, what kind? Okay, I'd probably have if I could only pick one type of 22 to have. Honestly, I would probably have Federal buckets. The Federal blue box buckets. I forget what they call it. Bucket. It's not bucket of bullets. That's
Remington.
Else. Yeah. But they come in those little square plastic, clear plastic buckets. 1,375 rounds per bucket. I'd probably just have that. It's not the most accurate, but it's reasonably accurate.
Yeah.
It's reliable, and it comes in buckets of 1,400 rounds almost. So
yeah, and you can go hunting or you can go planking with 223 Ackley. I wouldn't go planking with a 223 Ackley just due to the cost of the platform and the cost of the all the work you're putting into it, right? But for hunting, yeah, like anyway. Sorry.
Yeah, well,
Kurt.
if you're approaching it from a hunting standpoint, what Kurt's suggestion actually makes a lot of sense to me,
For sure.
especially as a reloader. If you're approaching it from a zombie apocalypse standpoint, maybe not so much, but I guess we're just coming from different places on
Max
this whole
Brooks
list.
does say the 22 is the best rifle you should have for zombie apocalypse.
100%.
So,
And honestly, like in a any type of apocalypse, like
well,
in a social
Grantham,
collapse apocalypse,
yeah.
I would probably choose 22 long rifle too.
No, and Grantham did some testing on like simulated human heads,
Mhm.
and like from like 20, 50 yards away, and he still got penetration. So
Well, even what do they call Iraq veteran 8888 did this series. You know, they do their series like how far away can such and such a caliber still kill a person.
yeah,
And they took the Army standard of an 1/8 inch piece of plywood. If it penetrates directly through that, then it's potentially fatal. And they found at 400 meters, they were getting 6 foot spread. So we weren't using the best 22 ammo. We know that is you can get a hell of a lot better than that at 400 meters. But at 400 meters, 100% of the time they were still penetrating that plywood completely without any signs of struggling. So, and like at that time, this is several years ago, but at that time, their conclusion was that a 22 long rifle can be fatal to a human being at further distance than you can accurately shoot it.
100%.
So,
You know what? I've got a bit of a different experience with 22s. It might sound a bit graphic, but a couple of years ago, I came across a deer that had been hit on the highway. It was out in the field, and it was flopping around, like nobody around. Somebody hit it and just left. And
shit.
Yeah,
with a 22 long rifle.
No. Sorry, hit it with a vehicle.
Okay.
So I just happened to have my 22, one of my 22s with me, and you got to kill the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what? I chased that thing. She was mobile enough that she'd get up and I was trying to close the distance. She'd get up and hobble away for a while, and I'd close the distance. And you know what? I put 17 rounds, I think, in that thing.
17.
Yes. That was not a good day.
You must have felt like shit.
Yeah,
and not because you did anything wrong. You're trying to do the right thing, but you just didn't have the right tool.
So I don't have as much faith in its penetration ability as it sounds like you guys do. And I got to be honest, against the zombie, it wouldn't be my pick.
No.
Were you shooting Luke Godin's Thunderbolts?
I can't remember what the heck it was.
So what would be your coyote gun? Let's say then your varmint. Are you going to go with 223 Ackley again? Yeah. That's what 100%. I went to.
Yeah. Medium game to large small game. 223 for me. Yeah.
I agree. 100%. Also, it's fully available everywhere. And sorry guys, got my kid yelling at me. I'll be right back.
That's fine. Tint was wondering why the 22 over 17 over like 17 HMR or something like that. For me, it has nothing to do with the ballistics. Because if we're just talking ballistics, 100% I would take a 17 HMR over 22 long rifle any day of the week. Over 22 Magnum, all of that. 100%. But 17 HMR is quite a bit more expensive compared to 22. You can't buy it in the same bulk quantities as 22.
Right.
And with the exception of this pandemic, it's not always as available as 22.
Right.
So for me, it's entirely a logistics decision, not at all a ballistics decision.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are good points for sure. Beaverhead Billy says 243 for coyotes. You know what? I killed more coyotes than God, I feel like, with a 243.
I don't know. He's killed a lot of coyotes.
I've stacked a lot.
Yeah, no doubt.
VMAX loaded to about 3,900 feet per second.
Yeah.
It's the hammer of Thor.
3,900 feet per second.
Damn straight.
That's a quick little bullet.
It is.
I think 243 would be fantastic for Yodes. The only reason I probably wouldn't have even thought of it is because the only 243 that I own for a gun is an old Parker Hale.
Yep.
Interesting.
Which it shoots great. Like it really does shoot great, but I haven't shot it for years. I just don't think about it anymore. And the only reason I own it is because I inherited it from my father. So I just never thought of it. What's that?
Todd says the 88.
The 88.
It has more hitting power than a 22 long rifle if you throw the 88.
That's crazy.
That's funny.
All right, what's next on the list?
Well, number 3. So deer, antelope.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Just before we move on, like, you know what? I have to be honest with everybody. I am extremely fond of Jens. I think he is an exceptional human being.
There's a however in here.
Yeah, there is absolutely a however in here. I like Jens. You have to know. I've got mad love for you. You're an awesome person. But Jesus Christ, 6x47. Can you choose a more obscure ammunition, please?
Yeah,
6x47 is just too widely available. We need something less. Isn't 6x47 what the green bastard shoots that he's trying to get me to buy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love him. He's awesome.
Oh, jeez. Anyway,
I'm not buying the green bastard.
Why not?
That's a good. Well, just because I'm out of money now. Because
Oh, there you go.
Like 2 new guns.
Exactly. Well, I'll start this one off. So medium, large game. Let's say. I'm going to throw an 8 or a curveball in here because I know what Kris is going to say.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with 270 Winchester.
Oh. I do like me some 270.
Straight shooting, long range. Now, a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, you need to go 7mm rim mag. There's more options, more bullet weights." Blah, 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 blah. Then I say, "Fuck you, sir. This is my show. I'm going to have a 270 Winchester because that's what I shot my first deer with."
Can you please imitate our fans again?
No, just the trolls that are going, "Derper."
Derper. 7mm rim mag. And now we lost 9/10 of our audience.
But hey,
and Jens called me a cheap bastard. I'll tell you what, Jens, if you come do that electrical thing that I was talking to you about this week, I'll buy the green bastard off you.
Oh, that's a steep commit.
Gauntlet laid down.
Joanne, if you're listening, I'm not responsible for this.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't actually. I don't accept my challenge, Jens, because I actually don't have the money to buy your gun.
Well, it's on record now.
What's that? It's on record now? Yes,
record.
but I'm putting it on record as taking it back and being completely full of shit.
Anyway, yeah, I went with the 270 Winchester. Yes, it's a long action, but I thoroughly enjoy that cartridge. It is a laser beam, in my opinion, and
even for medium game.
Yep, deer.
So okay, we're calling it deer medium game. Okay,
yeah,
of course. I took my first deer ever with a 270.
Yep, me as well.
It was also a Parker Hale.
Do we just become best friends?
3000. We did. Yeah, we're best friends now.
We'll go do karate in the garage. Yep.
Hey, you want to get ice cream after the show?
No.
No. Okay.
No. Try not to be fat.
Oh well. Now I just ruined our friendship.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Well, you know what? I was kind of unaware of the categories that we were going to do.
Yeah, me too. Actually.
It doesn't have to be categories. It just pick anything. I don't give a shit.
Just wing it.
You know what? I had, of course, my 6.5 Rooster on the list for
of course
reasons.
However, why wouldn't you? I would have been disappointed if you didn't.
Yeah. However, if we're going to step up the list to number 3, I have the 280 Remington, of which I own.
Yep.
And you know what? My reasons for this it's an excellent cartridge for deer and even elk and moose with diligent placement and range. Excellent version of the .6 family cartridges, offering a balance of power and versatility. So, you've got the 25-06, the 270, the 30-06, right? They're all derivatives of that 30-06. I think it's the best of that family.
Right.
The 280, I think, is the best of that family due to bullet selection and range of weights. And you'll argue that 30 cal has a wide range of weights as well. I can't dispute that by any means. Moderate recoil and good accuracy. I can load. I do load 150 grain partitions to just over 2,900 feet per second from a 22-inch barrel. So there's
short action.
No, it's a long action.
Is it a long action?
It is. Yeah, the .6 is a long action for sure. You bet. So that's my choice for number 3.
Nice.
I like it. Definitely not a zombie apocalypse scenario.
Nah. Although it's a free offering, unlike my first one.
It is a what offering? Sorry,
a factory offering. It's factory.
Yeah.
chain.
Okay. Good point. Yeah. Although you did caveat your comment before with literally your own ammunition.
I did.
I did. Yes.
Yeah. What's your point?
These are true things.
Partitions. Yeah.
Okay. What's the smallest game we're shooting with this choice?
I'd say an antelope would be the smallest.
Okay. Antelope and deer's the biggest.
Yeah.
Okay. So because I was still going with a zombie apocalypse theme, I chose 308. Because,
of course you did.
And you know what? I'm doing it with a fucking MOA scope too.
Okay.
No milrads. Just because I'm trying to piss off Jens. It's the only reason.
Probably a second focal plane too.
Yeah. Jens is like, he's trying not to throw up watching us right now. So I mean, again, I chose gross. He says I chose 308 for that range because, again, it's widely available. I not only have thousands of factory rounds in my home right now, I have thousands of potential rounds in components to make more right now. And that's the thing when you're talking about the apocalypse, you need rounds to go, ready to go, and you need to have lots of components to keep making them. I have dies, so I've got components. I'm good to go. It is an extremely versatile round, and I understand it's not the most accurate, it's not the most powerful, it's not the most expensive or the most cheap. It's not the best of anything. But it is extremely versatile because even with that exact same round, I could even take bigger than a deer. I could take a moose with it. I could take an elk with it, and I could take smaller than a deer. I could blow the face off of a coyote with it, and I could mist squirrels with it. So I know it's boring. I'm a boring dude. I hope that just having the explanations will satisfy people, but it's got to be the 308.
You know what? Back when I used to guide in the Yukon, our bush plane pilot.
Wait a minute, you guided in the Yukon?
You knew that. Yes, I did.
Did I forget? Well, why do I respect you so much more now if I already knew that?
Well, remember we were talking that you used to live in the Yukon.
That's right. You did tell me that. Somehow I had forgotten about it, but still had the same amount of respect. And now relearning it has just increased that respect even more.
Oh, stop. You're making me blush.
Well played, Kurt. Well played.
Anyway,
okay.
Our bush pilot, we on one of our trips, we got talking about cartridges and what the American hunters bring up and all that kind of stuff. And he said he used to guide as well. He said, the moose that I saw go down the hardest hit with a 308.
There you go.
Yeah. And I'm not sure why. I mean, conditions have to be near perfect for that. Or maybe the moose was a big sissy, but still.
He just took down a sissy moose. But let's be honest, because 308 is so popular, there are if you need powder, There are so many different types of powder that you can get by with 308.
Yeah.
You need bullets. Everybody makes 308 bullets, and they don't just make one 308 bullet. They make 10, 20 different varieties of 308 bullet.
Yep.
You need primers. Well, the primers are easy anyways. And I mean, you need ammunition. Brass, sorry. Like it's just everywhere. So I'm sorry.
It is super versatile, and there are components everywhere. So
yeah.
But does that make it one of the best? I don't know. I think not.
Well, coming from a zombie apocalypse, I think definitely. Beaverhead Billy woke up shit-faced in the Ball Diamonds and Whitehorse years ago. Can I be cool too?
And he played in a game of pickup.
I know. My mom.
Slow pitch.
My mom illegally bought fireworks for Canada Day in that very same Ball Diamonds in Whitehorse in the late 1980s. Does that make us best friends?
You want to go do karate in the garage?
I'm pretty sure the statute of limitations is passed on that, so I can say that. My mom's actually visiting. She's upstairs right now talking with my wife. I hope she doesn't get mad when she listens to this later, because she listens to the show.
I think the statute of limitations is passed.
I hope so.
I think she's okay. What do you guys got for birds?
Birds.
Well,
see, there we go again with the categories. Just
let's do a quick test here. The first person to guess what I chose for birds gets my appreciation.
Let me see.
12 yeah. You know, and honestly, if we could only choose one, like at the end of this, are we going to choose one caliber to rule them all? Sean is like,
I mean, we can. I mean,
okay, so I'll save this for later if we're going to do that. But yeah, I obviously chose 12 gauge. Everybody knows I chose 12 gauge because I can shoot little tiny birds with little tiny bird shot. I can shoot really big birds. Like, really I don't know why I'm shooting emu or ostrich or something, but I mean, I could with a 12 gauge. I can shoot
first to anchor them.
What's that?
You got to shoot their legs out first to anchor them, then put a finisher on.
Yeah, that's right. Close range. No, actually, all you have to do is just start yelling at them. They get so pissed off and they're so aggressive, they'll run right towards you. Right. You probably don't even need a gun, just a fixed bayonet.
Not only 12 gauge just for pellets, but it's so versatile. You can go a lot of projectiles, not as many projectiles, really not as many projectiles.
Yeah, exactly. You know? And one projectile.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going for. Right?
Yeah.
Really
and if I ran out of 308 because I chose such an obscure high power cartridge, then I can still take all my deer with my 12 gauge.
That's right. And you just swap the barrel to a rifled slug barrel and you have a rifle. That's how
100%. There you go. And Luc Godin thought that I was going to choose a slingshot.
Why would he think that?
I have one. I would have one anyways because it's not really a caliber thing.
I'm surprised, Chris, you haven't said Atlatl at any point. Yeah. The way you live. I have a slingshot and an Atlatl. Oh, that's my backup Atlatl.
Yeah. Fuck slingshot. I'm just going to use a sling.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, David.
Yeah, I just 100% sling. Yeah, that's my answer for the rest of the calibers. By the way, you guys can talk the rest amongst yourself.
No, I agree for 12. But
sling. Okay, 12
Kurt,
gauge.
what do you think?
Well, it should surprise no
barrel slingshot.
A shotgun was not even on my list.
Oh, really?
No.
Wait a minute. Okay, here now. This will be interesting. Can you shoot birds with anything on your list?
Damn straight.
What would be most suitable?
They're on the ground.
33XE.
Yeah, well, they land sometimes.
Absolutely.
What caliber do you
stays here? but I shot a Canada goose one time with my 300 mag from about 250 yards.
Between us girls. Yeah.
Right now. It was a dare. My dad and I were coming back from checking pasture, and I did have.
Has the statute of limitations passed on this story?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Sure. 2 weeks. Yeah, that's okay.
No, this has to be a young and dumb story. It has to be.
Yeah. But anyway, that's the moral of the story, I guess. 300 mag does a does a number on deliveries in the head.
Oh, in the head.
In the head at
Yeah.
250 yards.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I'm
It's
impressed.
impressive. Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
eat them?
Yes, I did.
Fantastic.
Of course I did.
You know what? This story is like this isn't even a shameful story anymore. This is just like, damn, good work.
Sounds like Thursday.
Yeah, like, hey, you ate the animal. I don't care what you shoot him with.
I'm not much into telling shameful stories.
Yeah, that a boy. I like this. You're currently in the lead for best caliber for best answer right now. Yes. And especially because you didn't even have a shotgun.
Fair enough.
All right. So
Okay.
are we still stuck on number 4? Despite the fact that I didn't have shotgun on my list, I also had 308. Just
Ooh.
every rifle person should have one.
I'm impressed.
For all the reasons that you guys have talked about.
I am impressed.
Great custom to learn the world to do.
The prepper is coming out in you now.
I'm a multi-layered critter.
You're just a deep dude.
He's an onion
more here than you realize.
Actually, you know, now that you've mentioned 308, your choices are like overall, your choices seem better for the apocalypse than mine, because you've got things like your 6.8 Rooster, and you're super like
6.8 Rooster. I'd like to hear about that.
We know what it is.
Did I say 6.8? I'm sorry. I've got new military calibers on my mind. You said 6.5 Rooster, and you've got all your like fancy ballistically accurate and all that sort of calibers, and then you got 308. So you can do you can have your cake and you can eat it too. So your list is getting better as we go along.
Wide range of useful.
You don't have 12 gauge though.
First row
Oh, this is perfect, damn it.
It's fine.
And you even shoot shotgun really well.
Yeah.
I don't know why you don't have 12 gauge.
You know what? I did think about it, but I would be departing a little bit from the core cartridge guy that I am. The core cartridges that
you feel like you'd be betraying yourself?
Hey?
You think you feel like you'd be betraying yourself?
No, it's not necessarily betraying, but just not exactly true to what I really am. I'm a rifleman through and through.
Just when I thought I was going to come up
an accessory.
Just when I thought I was going to come up with something that was going to like make my list trump your list, you have to go and like pull out all the virtuousness. And not only did I choose cool calibers, I'm a cool person.
And doggone it,
people like me.
I'm good enough. I choose great cartridges.
That's awesome. Yeah. Jens says, like on range day, Kris is going to show up with 20 rounds of 308 to the apocalypse. you want to hear something funny?
Guys.
You know what's funny? Jens is referring to when we all had our range day in Alberta. I showed up. It wasn't 20 rounds. I brought like fucking 120 rounds. It's just that we still shot way more than I thought we were going to, and I ended up running out of ammunition and still had to borrow some.
Especially that last morning. I think I shot more on the final morning than
we did
exactly.
But this is the real bad part that I'm slightly ashamed of. Once I got home and I was unpacking all of my stuff, I realized that not in my bag where I put the rest of the ammunition, but in my bag where I packed all of my clothing and my toiletries and stuff, I had put over 200 rounds of ELDX reloads.
Jeez.
And I completely forgot that I even had them. Which is probably a good thing, because I still have them and I need them for hunting, and I can't find any more ELDX. So if I had shot them all on that weekend, I don't know what the hell I'd be hunting with this season.
Well, at least you didn't completely forget ammunition. I have done that.
Like you go like on like a 6-hour trip and you
Well,
get there.
not that bad, but
Okay.
45 minutes out of the city to my range, and
Yeah, that's long
open
enough.
up your range box and go. I'm
going home. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I
why
showed
I
up to,
usually bring 2 guns.
Yeah.
I showed up to an IDPA match without ammo once. That was fun.
No. Oh, you know what? I showed up to my very first maple seed without ammunition.
No.
Wow.
Did I borrow ammo the whole day?
You'd have had to.
I think I did. Holy crap. Kelly had a box, a 525 round box of Federal Blue Box, and she loaned me that ammo. And then my gun crapped out. I borrowed Chris Wall's 1022 because my scope crapped out halfway through the day. And I finished the day using his gun and his CCI ammunition. How did I even qualify? I didn't deserve to qualify. I didn't bring ammunition. I brought a 40-plus-year-old scope that crapped out halfway through the day. Man, those Maple Seed guys are good people.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
All right. Last and not least, let's move on. Let's go with what would you use to take down an elephant?
Harsh words. Or
so once again, one that I own and a bit obscure. Like, there's so many things on my list that you guys know I'm not a herd guy, right? Just because somebody else has it, usually means I don't want it, with the exception of 308.
Mm-hmm.
So my top pick for big one is my 358 Norma Mag. It's a bit of a grown-up 338 Win Mag. Really, that's what it is. You know what? I use 338 Mag necked up for my 358 Norma, and it fire forms a little bit, but it's that close. And you know what? Ballistically, it comes real close to a 375 H&H with 300 grain bullets for energy.
Right.
So, yeah, it's a bloody thumper, and I used to take it to the Yukon for bear protection. And, it's the rifle that I have. I've got a synthetic stock on it, and it weighs about just a hair over 7 pounds with the scope. No ammunition in it. It's light, and you shoot that sucker a number of times, you feel it. It's great.
I completely agree. I actually am not prepared for this answer, and I'm also not super well versed in the large caliber. I know that in a lot of African countries 375 is the smallest you can use.
Yeah.
But I have no idea whether 375 is good. I know that you got your 370 you got your 500 Nitro Express, 700 Nitro. I've never shot them. I don't know anything about them. Yeah. I want to say 700 Nitro Express just because it's the biggest damn thing I've ever seen. And I watched Kentucky Ballistic shoot a 700 Nitro Express on his YouTube channel just last week, and it looked fun as hell. So I'm just going to say 700 Nitro Express because it looks like a 4570 on steroids.
Yeah. They're bloody big.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only answer I could come up with was a 338 Lapua Magnum, just because of it's common, it's powerful, powerful enough.
Yeah, and you make them in hunting rifles too, factory hunting rifles for sure.
A buddy of mine,
it's not $100 a round like 700 Nitro Expresses apparently.
Right. But a 338 Lapua, I have a friend of mine who works for the Saskatchewan Geological Service that's what he carries into the bush. So 338 Lapua Magnum, yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So.
I don't know if I'd carry that into the bush.
Yeah, a couple rounds, 1 or 2 rounds in the pocket. But no, that's what he does, and he takes deer with it every year, and so I don't know if I'd shoot a deer with a 338 Lapua. I actually like to harvest the meat, so.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it seems like you might lose some meat if you're doing that,
but still pretty fun. I know Oscar would say 375 H&H.
No,
versatile. Oh
yeah. Yeah, no, I'm sure he would. So anyway, well, that was a fun little list.
Are we actually through the list?
Yeah, that's 5. think.
Because I didn't.
honorable mentions.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
So my honorable mentions are, there's several of them. Like I said, there's lots of great cartridges out there. But 222 Remington. Isn't it a 222 Remington? Anyway.
Why and for what?
Well, you know what? It held the bench rest record for years before the 22 and 6 PPCs came along. And the 6 PPC is actually on my list as well. So it's a great little round. Always has been. Still fairly popular. But of course, the proliferation of the 223 or 5.56 has really overshadowed that. But it's, I don't know, it's just a nice little cartridge. They say it's easy to load for, great accuracy. Lots of guys used to use it. So 6 PPC was my next one. 243. Like I've had one forever, at least one forever. Used to kill coyotes and deer with it. Lots. 25-06, I've had one of those. Great cartridge. Again, part of the 30-06 family. 300 Weatherby. Well, you can kill almost anything with that. 338 Win Mags, another great cartridge. And I also had the 45-70 90 120.
Yep. That would be on my honorable mentions for sure.
Yeah. For sure.
I'd even say a 45 110 paper patched out of the Quigley. That's my training guns. Yeah.
I would love the gun, but I'm not so much sold on the caliber.
No, but just to say I've got one and I can shoot it. That would be stellar.
Those black powder guys shoot the 45. I think it's the 45-70 out to 1,000 yards.
Yep. They do that in Swifter at that range that our buddy John was telling us about, the one that goes to 900 yards.
Damn, well, good for those guys.
Isn't that Creedmoor game? Is that what it is?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I'll have to take a look.
The 2 wooden sticks and the black powder cartridge rifle and shoot a life-size bison at I think it's 1,000 yards. Maybe it's only 900.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
that sounds intriguing for sure. Right on.
Well, so my honorable mention stuff. First of all, I had 9mm. Apocalypse. I'm approaching this from the apocalypse. You can put it in handguns. You can put it in rifles with the exact same magazines if you got the right kind of handgun. It was everywhere. In an apocalypse, it probably would be again. And it's another one of those really versatile, inexpensive rounds. So I got to mention it. You mentioned a certain type of 223. But you didn't mention like 223 civilian 5.56, right?
Well,
did you mention it?
5.56 in there.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. So we've already mentioned it. I don't need to mention it.
Well, I suppose, but you can give your reasons why.
Well, again, just because it's everywhere. I mean, 9mm and 223 or 5.56, in a real problem scenario, not only civilians have it, but military have it, police have it. Like it's available.
Yeah.
Available. If I was doing like a I want to say Will Smith, he did the remake. Charlton Heston, like the Last Man on Earth sort of situation. If everybody just like disappeared, like Twilight Zone style, and I'm left, it's got to be 9mm and 223 because you'll find that everywhere. Right. Like, I don't want to be the guy who's trying to take it off of law enforcement and military if I'm not the last man on earth kind of a guy. Let's not get crazy here. But if I'm the last guy on earth, I'll find it lying around everywhere. So
that's right.
And I think I had another one. Did I have another one? Let me take a look. No, I did not have another honorable mention. Everything else sucks.
I was going to throw 6-foot Creedmoor up there.
Why?
Yeah, why not?
Does it really deserve it?
It's popular. It's everywhere.
It is popular.
Straight, you can shoot a deer with it.
Yeah.
Shoots straight. And anyway,
you can shoot most things with it.
I'm surprised you guys didn't put 50 BMG anywhere on that list.
Why?
I don't know.
There's large calibers that are ballistically just as good or better. There's less expensive calibers that are reasonably close in profile. Like it's just I don't know. It seems like it's a I don't know. Like, do you guys think the 50's on its way out? I think 50's on its way out.
No,
You don't think so?
no.
I mean, I don't see any militaries vying for new platforms in 50.
But maybe not new platforms, but you gotta think that's what they feed the Modus with. They're not getting away from the cartridge.
Right?
Until
they replace the Modus.
Yeah, there's been some. Like the 338 Lapua has been used in the military lots lately, but they still kept the 50. They for punching through engine blocks and that kind of stopping power from distance and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. It's hard to beat the 50.
It definitely has a role to fill.
But does it have a role for us?
No, that's right. Like you got to bring some practicality, I guess, with this whole list, I suppose, right? Yeah. I do know people that have 50s. They're reasonably common for a select crowd. But still, for they're certainly not an everyman gun, right?
I think it's maybe what I said originally. You're probably right. I wasn't thinking things like the Modus, so I wasn't thinking things like the Vulcan cannons, and I wasn't thinking all that sort of stuff. So in that regard, I think you're probably absolutely right.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah, Todd brings up a really good point too.
Yeah,
there are different kinds of 50. Rounds for different applications, and they developed those for different purposes in the military for sure. Yeah,
right. Yeah,
100%.
All right, so let's talk about only one. If you could have only one, and not in an apocalypse setting.
What?
Well, okay, you could if you wanted, but let's stick with an all-purpose gun for everything that we do currently.
Everything?
Everything.
I'd be hard pressed to say a cartridge at 308 for one-stop shop. That's where you're going. Planking, shooting, precision.
It's not the best at anything, but it is good at everything.
Good at everything.
Jack of all trades, master of nothing.
And that includes availability.
Todd Wilson,
30-30.
You get out of here. You're on a timeout.
Todd's choosing the dirty 30.
Yeah, no, it's a reason, or there's a reason that it's so popular and it's stuck around so long, and most militaries use it in some capacity. And
even though militaries are looking at things like the 6.8, civilian 277 Fury, whatever, 15, 20 years from now, we might be saying 277 Fury, but not right now.
No.
Well, the US did pick up the 6.5 Creedmoor a couple of years ago. But whether they've actually deployed it or not, I don't know. And maybe they're using it for training. I'm not sure what.
I just don't think 6.5 is going to see the military use that 308 has. I just don't. That's not going to happen. No, especially when the U.S. Army starts looking at something that isn't 6.5 Creedmoor. Everybody's not going to be going to 6.5 Creedmoor. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
The reality is that the military still drive civilian
100%.
calibers, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
I agree. Ken says his choice would be a 300 short mag, and there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you want to shoot everything with, then go for it. One of the things that came to mind for me was a 300 conventional mag, like a Winchester mag, right?
Yep.
It's been around for a very, very, very long time. I know at least the U.S. military used to deploy them to some degree.
And the SR-25 platform even too.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah, it's like an AR-10 dolled up, I believe.
Yeah, but for me, the 300 mag is a little bit too much punch for everything.
Yeah,
right.
That's what Chris Kyle used when he was over there. was a Knight's Armament SR-25 with I think he had either a Loophole Mark IV. I think it was a Loophole
right.
Mark IV.
Yeah.
And
300,
and 300 Win Mag.
That's
So he's
true. I
taking-
forgot about that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what he got the majority of his kills with.
The only thing for everything, like in some ways, I even think like you're kind of wasting a caliber shooting deer with 300 Win Mag even.
Yeah.
And certainly anything smaller.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you're only going to shoot the largest animals in North America, 300 Win Mag, do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're an elk and a moose man and you don't like the taste of deer or anything smaller than that, do it. But the reality is you can shoot a deer with 308 and you can shoot a deer. You can shoot a deer with 300 Win Mag. I mean, it's hefty.
Shoot a
but you
moose
can do
with
it.
3. You can shoot a moose with 308 too if you're.
And that's what I mean. You can shoot a moose with 308. You can shoot a moose with 300 Win Mag.
Shoot a hog.
But
A
are you going
coyote.
to shoot are you going to shoot a hog or a coyote or an antelope with 300 Win Mag?
You know what 308 does?
Maybe a coyote.
Yeah,
308
for
does
sure.
with big game hunters
Mhm.
is it like as opposed to like a 300 mag or something like that. Especially when you're going for bigger game, it separates the shooters from the hunters.
Yeah.
Because you've got to get to a sensible range with a 308 and place a good shot. Where 300 mag, there's some leeway, there's some forgiveness.
Yeah, there's some forgiveness, but I still personally wouldn't take an ethical shot over 400 yards, in my opinion. My skill set's there. It's just, do I feel normal about it? No. Would I feel nice? Like, no. I want to end that life as quickly and ethically as possible. So,
well, you know what? I
That's
shot
what it's
a
about.
whitetail. The last whitetail I shot, which is, oh my God, about 4 years ago. Yeah, 3.5 years ago now. I shot him at 710 meters with my 280.
Jesus,
And you know what? It was a decent shot.
it's a poke.
It was a decent shot.
What I'm saying is, it could have.
It was
Yeah.
just a short little 3/4 of a
Shut up.
kilometer.
But the thing is, what I experienced there was okay. That's a pretty decent shot.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
beyond that, I had no satisfaction of the hunt. Like I chased this bugger around across a valley about 5 bloody times, and I finally said, and it was the only day I had to hunt that year, and I finally said, "Okay, you're getting it."
Mhm.
So
You're getting it.
that sense of satisfaction you have of outsmarting the animal or sneaking up on it
Sure.
or whatever, that real hunty kind of satisfaction. I didn't get that. So
So you're saying you didn't get that satisfaction out of it because you weren't really hunting him. You were just harvesting an animal from further away than it could possibly detect you.
right, I felt more of a shooter than I did a hunter.
Yeah, that makes sense. I
For me,
get
I
that.
think there's a difference.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
You all right?
Cool. What was there something? Okay,
Good message.
can I? It's not the people that make this. Okay, can I share something real quick? Because at the
You
beginning of the
should.
show, we were goofing around about Jerry Mitchelluk, and we were calling him Jer Bear. One of our listeners, he didn't want to post it in the whole group. You can't post a picture anyway. He just drew a picture of Jerry Mitchelluk as a Care Bear.
What?
I'm not even-
Jared the Care Bear?
I'm not even joking. Okay, hang on a sec. I gotta make sure I got all my porn off of the computer. Just a moment.
Jared the Care Bear.
Oh man,
We
it's
should
hilarious.
make shirts. That'll be our next
We
shirt.
totally should.
Jared the
100%.
Care Bear.
Okay, let me. I'm gonna share my screen.
With the power of 45 ACP and moon clips. Yeah.
Okay, can you guys see that?
Well, you're gonna have to zoom in,
Oh,
Chris.
God.
I'm gonna have to zoom in. Can you maximize my screen?
It not when you're sharing. Hold on. Exit full. me see here. That's funny. M&P. There you go.
Jer Bear Countdown.
Yep,
He's got the M&P on the hat.
And the
Mitchell logo. That's his Care Bear stare.
Wow, that's impressive. Who
I don't know.
threw that together?
A listener named Sean sent that to me.
That's funny.
I thought it was great.
We got to put that on a shirt.
Yeah, we totally do. You know what, though? If we do,
Jerry.
we're guaranteed getting sued by our best friend, Jerry.
No, I'll just pay him another royalty. Yeah.
I like how he even gave him like regular size upper arms, but he gave him this like big beefy forearm. Yeah, it's his gun hand too, right? Anyway, I thought that was funny.
Well, how did you make out on the spreadsheet, Chris?
We are ready to go, man. We are 100% ready to go.
Awesome.
Let's give
here's
this thing away.
We have so you're gonna have to choose a number between 1 and 66. We have 66 entries, and we raised where's my total? We raised a total of $865.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not unimpressed with that at all.
That's awesome.
I thought that was great.
Mhm.
Okay, so you said 66?
Yeah.
Okay, here. So I'm gonna go like this. Where is share screen? Let's go share you. Okay, so this is how it's gonna go.
Okay.
Can you guys see random.org?
Yep.
I don't.
Right
I'm looking at my my Excel sheet, so you can tell me.
So here you go. True random number generator, 1 to 66.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume, Chris, you have everything in rows.
Yeah, it's all in rows. So I can see. I just look at the number, I look at the name, and we're good to go.
Okay, so you guys, so the listeners here can see true random generator 1 to 66. Just for shits and gigs, I'm gonna make this between 1 and 100 just to show how it'll work. Okay.
Sure. Yep.
So I put minimum 100, max, or minimum 1, max 100. Hit generate, generates a random result, 45. Okay. Generate it again, it'll pull up another 39. Okay. So now 66 rows, not 6. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Should I hit? Are we ready? Do we have a drum roll?
Do we need it here? Can we do like?
48.
Number 48. Okay, let me take a look here. 48 is holy Shinto.
No.
I know this person.
No way.
This is an amazing human being, and oh man, I'm really happy that he won. This is awesome. This is Ryan B. Ryan B.
Oh, yeah, we know Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan B. from Maple Seed.
It's gonna save us our shipping costs.
Yeah, well, it is because he lives in frickin' Warman.
Oh.
Oh man, I'm really happy for Ryan. That's awesome.
Congratulations, Ryan.
That couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Do we have a picture of the shotgun to throw up there just for the folks?
Oh yeah, hang on.
He can grab it, but let's go. Brand, there's what he won.
Right on.
FD12, just exactly like that. Chris is grabbing it out of the safe right now.
Bye bye YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
So hang on, move away from the camera a bit.
Get up, old man.
I know, right? So yeah, Ryan wins the Hunt Group FD12 12 gauge bullpup shotgun.
Broken in and everything.
Yeah, broken in with over 1,200. Actually, at this point, we're probably north of 1,600 rounds because I've taken people out to show it to people who like, oh, that's cool. I might want to get one of those.
The old girl was passed around a little bit, hey?
Yeah, we might have to. Well, it's a good thing it's not a rifled barrel. Ryan, you're the winner of a brand new rifle with a shot out barrel.
Awesome.
Yeah, there you go.
So very cool. So this shotgun came to us from Odell Engineering.
Yep.
They're obviously the exclusive distributor for Canuck firearms, and this is in Canada. This is under the Canuck brand, and they gave it to us to review. And we, like, collectively, the three of us, we thought that, it'd be really awesome if we could like share the wealth and give this away to one of our listeners. And so that's kind of what, this is, you brought up the idea originally, Sean. And this was, something that we wanted to do. And I'm really excited that one of our listeners has, because Ryan doesn't listen live ever, but I know for a fact that Ryan is one of our most loyal audio listeners. He listens it on podcast after the fact. And this is cool. So hopefully we will in the future we'll be able to get more firearms like this from
well, we're already working on it. We got 2 lined up right now. And we'll be doing the same with those. So
it's awesome. Unless it's a 1911.
We might change up. Yeah. Well, we might change up, where it goes next time.
Yeah.
Whether it goes into our coffers, because unfortunately we do need to generate some funds for the show to keep this show going and to get us out into those events and those things.
I am really glad though that our first one is going to help I'm glad that the money is going to help the CCFR fight for our right to get our guns back.
It's already gone to the CCFR. Like, we didn't handle any transactions whatsoever. People just sent out over the receipts, and
that's right.
It was really good. So thanks all for everybody who donated and everybody who entered. And there may be a choice between the Canuck and Gauge next and the Canuck and Operator. So, but the operators are back order.
Right there, we're not giving away the Operator, I guess now.
No, you can give away the Operator. That's how much I love our listeners. I'm willing to sacrifice an Operator for our listeners.
So what was the total again that was donated to CCFR?
We had screenshots proving $865 worth of donations.
That's great.
Which I think is fantastic.
Yeah, you gotcha.
Definitely helps. Especially with all the stuff that's going on. So congrats, Ryan. You got the Hunt Group FD12 from Odell Engineering. Yeah, we'll let you know when we do the next one. So,
well, I think I'll probably just like call Ryan and go over to his house and give it to him. I thought we were going to have to mail this thing to Ontario or something.
Yeah. Well, that's what because the other guy, when we did the 1022 draw, a guy in Avonlea won.
Are you serious?
Derek Galarno. Yeah.
Well, let me go through this here because I know a couple of the names, but all of the names that I recognize on this list, almost all of them are in Saskatchewan. But you know what? I got to say, other provinces, next time we do a giveaway like this, all you listeners in other provinces, you need to step up because Saskatchewan is known as a province who gets behind things. And everybody knew that this was for the CCFR. And the Telemiracle, everybody knows what the Telemiracle is. Not if you don't live outside of Saskatchewan, because it's the only place that it still goes on. And people donate to that shit every year. And Saskatchewan people
every year.
Yeah.
They even donate to the Saskatchewan Rough Riders.
That's right. Well, dude, with a fraction of the population, up until the last time I looked was probably around 2015, 16, somewhere around in there. The Saskatchewan Rough Riders for over a decade have been the most profitable CFL team in the country because of Saskatchewan people love getting behind things.
Right.
So that's our challenge the next time we do this. You other provinces need to make Saskatchewan ashamed. Because I would love at this point for us to donate or to have to ship our next giveaway outside of the province. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be stellar. We're definitely gonna have to. So,
right
on. You know what? I completely forgot to share the show to everybody today.
Share the show? What do you mean? Once we went live?
Yeah.
There was a lot going on. I mean, our buddy Jerry was here. We were looking at how to field strip firearms. There was a lot going on this morning.
This morning? We haven't been that long.
It's also been a long day since before we started filming.
It definitely was. Moving on. So what do you guys got planned this week?
I'm going to go. Actually, I got right back from the range. Most of my guns are still sitting in the cases beside me. So I went out to the range today And I've got some family. They're basically family. They're not blood related, but they're basically family, visiting from Lethbridge. And they've got 5 kids. So I took 5 kids and mom. Dad is joining us next week. He's still working right now, but I took 5 kids and mom out to the range. We shot a whole bunch of guns. We had a hell of a time, and literally had to run back here in order to make it onto the show tonight. But it was worth it. I'll tell you what, man. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Here it is. You ready?
Okay.
These people. Okay. This is. Are you ready? Okay. This family. I'm going to do a shout out early because I'm going to shout them out. These guys they got 5 kids. I'm going to say this quietly. They raised their kids like people raised their kids in the 80s.
Nice.
I'm not even like, these are the most, what's that?
They got some respect.
Yeah. And they're capable. They can think for themselves. They're intelligent. Like, these kids are going somewhere. So we started out with my noisy cricket. It's an old Utica Marksman single shot, like children's 22 in the 8-year-old's hands. And, I'm holding the front of the rifle and, he's pulling the trigger, but whatever. Like, next thing you know, he's shooting my Gray Birch 1022 and I'm not even touching it. He's running the bolt himself. He's loading the magazine, running the bolt. He's shooting the gun himself. Well, obviously I'm sitting right there, 8-year-old. And then this little tiny 8-year-old kid sees everybody shooting the T&W arrow, the 9mm carbine. So he's like, hey, I want to shoot that. And so I put it on the bag for him. He runs the whole thing himself because, all he has to do is slap the bolt down. So, so he does all that himself. And 25 meters with this thing, 8 years old. He's hitting 10 out of 10 on the plates at 25 meters.
Oh, shit.
And it's kicking him back, and you see it kicking him back, and he doesn't give a shit. And this is the first time he's ever shot anything other than a 22. And then I got the 3 oldest. There's a 15-year-old, a 13-year-old, and a 12-year-old. And I put the Sig Cross in their hands, like a light 16-inch barrel 308 that kicks more than your average 308. And they're just they're shooting it offhand. And just loving it. And they're just they're racking the bolt and blasting away with these 308s, and they're just having a great old time. They're just, man, they're fantastic. So my shout out is to people who raise their kids like it's the 80s. And if you're not, maybe you should.
Yep, that's right. I was even at the park today with my son and with a couple other kids, and the other kids weren't acting nice. And, the dad gave him a smack, and it's right in front of everybody. And did the kids smarten up? Yeah, sure did. Didn't fuck around after that. So anyway,
nice.
Yeah. That was a fun show, guys.
It was.
Yeah. I enjoyed myself.
Yeah, that was good. We gave away a gun. We talked about some cartridges. Maybe next week we'll do top 5 hunting rifles. How about that?
My list would be the same.
Yeah,
I've only ever had 5.
We're not talking
rifles.
about cartridges, rifles.
Rifles. Oh, God.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see.
Doug's gonna have to listen to the what's it called? The repeat, the rerun. The replay. There you go. Doug came in late, but yeah. I got glad that he came in anyways, Doug.
Well, there you go. Well, let's say I wanted to create a highlight reel for our show. You know what program I would use?
Tell me.
I'd use ScoutFid.
Tell me about ScoutFid. Sounds interesting.
ScoutFid's an interactive platform for not just youth, but people of all ages to showcase their talent, from profiles to highlight reels. They put you front and center in whatever world you're in. Whether you're just getting into it or looking to make an impression, ScoutFid gives you the tools to get noticed. So welcome to the show. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, and their website at scoutfid.com.
Awesome.
You bet. Do you guys have any shout outs this week?
Well, I gave mine, so you guys go ahead.
No, I'm stuck in a world of work.
Yeah.
Work 2 weeks away, go home and work.
So I'm going to give a shout out to Tony at Odell Engineering, Phil's right-hand man. Tony has been working with us through some B14R issues, me and my friend John. And we got the gun back today, and I'm gonna test it out soon here, hopefully Monday. So that'll be fun. So yeah, shout out to Tony. He did good work. So thanks, buddy.
Awesome.
If you guys haven't already, check out our website, ffpp.ca. We got articles. You can listen to all the old shows there, watch all the old shows there. Graciously built for us by Boomstick Media. Also, if you're listening on the podcast networks, wherever you're listening, please like or subscribe or follow or whatever. Give us a 5-star review for wherever you listen. Also, we're on Twitch, guys. So if you want to directly support the show, you can go to twitch.tv/firstfocalplane. And you can sub to us, and actually subbing to us gives us cash, or donate money there. That way, that would be stellar. But yeah, twitch.tv/firstfocalplane. We have some followers on there. Like we got Luke Godin. He's on there. He's also watching on the Facebook right now. We got a couple others. TWWJDVNG. He followed. Let me just go to my channel here quickly. We had a few. We had Moose Lady Dana. She's on there.
What?
Yeah, we got lots and lots. Just people tuning in because they like to hear about us. So check us out on there. Twitch.tv, First Focal Plane. Thanks, guys. What else? I think that's about it. So big shout out to John Johnston for the kick-ass music, which I'm going to play right at the end here. If you'd like a sweet guitar, check out johnstonCustomGuitars.com. If you like one, get them. Tell him we sent you. And we'll give you 10%, or he'll give you 10% off your order. He has a pretty sweet Telecaster in stock at the moment right now that I've got my eyes on. But
is it a 280 Telecaster?
Fender Telecaster 280.
Can you tell that I know nothing about guitars?
There you go. Fair enough.
Excellent delivery.
It does sound awesome, though. It has a good name.
Yes.
Who used to play Telecasters? Anyway, I'll leave it there.
BB King.
Right on. No, he did not. He actually used an Epiphone. But
okay.
We'll go from there. Anyway, good work, guys. Thanks. Appreciate it. See you next week.
Later.